Hi everyone! It's Easter time, one of my favorite holidays to decorate for because I love pastel colors. Those of you that have been to my shop know I love pastel colors because that's what my shop is. Okay, so Easter time, we're going to do Easter Village. That's my theme. And we're going to start by using some candy pieces. So you need to find some egg chocolate molds, some different sizes. Okay, and then I also have this tree one. It has trees, some bushes, some different kinds of fences, so we'll be using that. And over here I have a tulip mold. Okay, so we'll be using that for some of the flowers, and I have a couple more that I'll show you in a little bit. We're just going to do a section at a time. Over here, if you want to zoom over here, we've got all different colors of coating chocolate, which is basically just the disc chocolates that you get at craft stores or preferably at a cake supply store because they usually have a better quality. I prefer the Merkins brand. Okay, so I've just melted these, and on a warming tray like this, it's really best if you have glass dishes. If this ends up getting too hot, what I'll do is I'll put a towel down on top of it, but the glass ones are usually fine. But you also do want to kind of keep stirring as you go. So it's kind of nice to have all your colors on here, keeping them warm as you use these so you don't have to keep heating them up in the microwave time and time again. All right, so are we ready to do some of these? I think we are. So I will start with this one right here, this little Easter egg. So I'm going to just pop it right there, and I think I'll do some different color ones. So I'll go ahead and take some of the yellow and just gently pour that in. And when it gets to about there, what I usually do is kind of tap it down because that gets some of the air bubbles out, and see it spread it out so it's nice and even with the top. Now I'll just leave that in there. Let's see, we'll do blue. Okay, and how about a purple one? And I think 3 of this particular type will be fine. Now you can either do these eggs solid, or you could actually have them hollow inside. So obviously if it's solid, what I'm going to do, this one might be slightly overfilled, which you could spoon some out, or what I'm doing with it, it'll be fine. So see how when I tap this, you actually see some of those air bubbles coming out? And you can actually hold it up and look underneath, because air bubbles on the back, not a big deal. But you just want to make sure there's no air bubbles on the front, which I can't really see any, but there we go. Okay, so then this goes into the freezer. Now you can place it like on a sheet tray or something like this, so that when you put it into the freezer, it doesn't wobble all over the place. But if it won't fit, maybe a 1/4 sheet cake board will do the same thing. So you would just pop it in there until it's completely chilled, and then they should pop right out. Get that big egg out of the way. This is one that I put in a little while ago, and this one isn't completely set yet. So this one's going to be a little more hollow. Ideally, you should leave it in just so that you can see that it's like crusted, or not, well, kind of cold all the way, like just around the edge. This one I actually left in a little bit longer, just because I was doing other things. So what I'm going to do is actually just kind of cut with my spatula around like this, trying not to go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, and then what you do is you hold it over your bowl like this, and you can get the excess chocolate out. So that's how you would do one that is hollow. You don't want it to be too thin, but that's basically what you do is you put some in, put it in the freezer for a minute, bring it out, pour some of the chocolate out. You can get a real thin one if you want. I don't really recommend them that thin because they're more than likely, going to break. But if you do it and it's and you pour it out and you think it's too thin, what you do is let that chocolate set up first, and then go ahead and put another layer and do the same thing. So I'm going to stay with it about like this, and I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the freezer, and then we'll bring it out later and show you how easy it is to take these out.